Do you ever feel that there's a calling upon your life? That God has placed you in this season for such a time as this? Well, maybe you don't feel that way. But there was a man in Egypt who was the son of Amram, who was the son of Kohath, who was the son of Levi. This man had the calling of God upon his life, but he was operating in the wrong season. Every man that God intends to use mightily, he draws them aside and he brings them down to a place where he can break them and mold them and shape them into that man that he wants them to be. Moses felt the call of God upon his life. He felt that God intended to use him to deliver his people from bondage. So he murdered an Egyptian in defense of one of his brethren. He was found out and he had to flee Egypt into the land of Midian. He was 40 years old when he fled from Egypt, and he stayed in Midian for 40 years. And for 40 years he lived as a shepherd. Here he was, without a word from God, without anyone prophesying over his life. No doubt he must have thought he was abandoned and forgotten. In those 40 years he learned to be quiet. It took him 40 years to learn how to be meek. 40 years it took him to be like a sheep. Now God can use him. You cannot be a good shepherd if you yourself is not a good sheep. For even the pastor himself have a shepherd over him. No man can rush God. It is good to wait until your season come and let God do with your life what he thinks is best. Say to God, my life before you is like a lump of clay. Mold me and make me into a vessel that is pleasing unto you, and use me as you see fit.